The new academic calendar for 2025 to 2026 in the UAE has now been announced, and it's unified. Not only that, the breaks that the children have look to be extended, and we're going to get into this. Now, typically in the past, with the 7 Emirates of the UAE and the way that different schools have their own private structure, public structure, the term times have been sporadic. I know myself, with my wife working at a different school in the past, my half terms haven't aligned with hers, which has made going on different breaks difficult. But you can imagine for families, if there's different children at different schools, that would be a challenge too. So what I believe has happened now is that there is a unified approach across different schools around the UAE, and what I typically do is I wait for the KHDA to share some information. The Ministry of Education and KHDA, I wait for that KHDA confirmation. In this case, through social media, they've shared to their stories the announcement further, and in my head, that's a bit more of a confirmation. The whole idea with this is to kind of encourage social cohesion, to encourage people to have more of a break, to engage in a range of different touristic activities, community, culture, to really give children opportunities outside of school as well. I have my own thoughts and feelings on this that I'll share at the end of the video, but yeah, Sarah Al-Amiri from Ministry of Education highlighted that the new school calendar marks a qualitative shift. I do believe that's incredibly true. Managing the academic year, aligning with the ministry's national approach of achieving the goals of the Year of Community by creating a balanced and socially connected educational system. So you can imagine it's going to be a lot easier for organisations now to arrange things and to think about the ways different things go. Over on social media, so this is the post that KHDA has kind of reshared. We've got the start of the academic year is the 25th of August 2025. Most schools know about that. Teachers typically will start back a little bit earlier. The end of the first term is the 8th of December, and that goes until the 4th of January. Which is huge. That's a 4-week break during that festive, that winter period. In the UK, you get 2 weeks. I've had 3 weeks in the UAE before. It makes such a huge difference. You really do come back refreshed. So 4 weeks is going to be huge. End of the second term break then. So you'll be coming back 5th of January. Then 16th until 29th of March. So that's a 2-week break there. Schools in Sharjah, though, come back a little bit earlier. They only have a week, I believe. I believe that's because they have their 4-day working week as well. So then there are still going to be those mid breaks. In the first term, you'll get October the 13th until the 19th. So that's a 1-week midterm break. That's what we would call half-term breaks. In the second term, you've got February the 11th until the 15th, 2026. So again, that's what you would call the first term, half-term. There's not really a kind of name for that, is it? The midterm break in the third term aligns with Eid al-Adha. That's May the 25th until the 31st, 2026. And then the end of the academic year is the 3rd of July. And that's typically around right, whereas in Sharjah, it's the 2nd of July. Again, Sharjah will have slight differences because of their 4-day working week, which is phenomenal for children, for staff well-being, but what I worry about, I suppose, is that because of the 4.5-day working week, because there's still additional subjects to teach in the UAE through the additional curriculum, such as Arabic and Islamic for those children who are Muslim, it brings pressures for teachers to make sure the coverage is set. And I think it will create bigger conversations around how you approach that. That would definitely be an interesting one to see. And I guess my concern there is that the school day might extend to account for those longer holidays. Does that then lead to further burnout within the week, and then just we can finally put our legs up when it comes to those longer holidays? I don't know. However, a 4-week festive winter break is huge. I'm now teaching back here in the UK, and I'm looking at that and going, wow, that would be an amazing time to spend with family, to go on a short break. You could do both. You could literally go on a holiday and you could have a bit of a break with your family as well during that festive period if you celebrate that. In addition to that, still having those half terms alongside the longer breaks, that's still huge too. And I think what you'll start to see more of is people going on those holidays during the longer breaks, and then staying probably within the country during those other breaks, and that would be good for economic development as well, I suppose. I don't know, what are your thoughts on the updates and developments? I think that it's mainly a positive thing with further extended time. It will be interesting to see how schools adapt to that, to see how schools kind of go from there, but I waited until KHDA have shared the MOE stuff. So it seems that it's going to be going ahead. If you are looking at this and going, wow, the UAE is going to be an amazing place to go and teach because of the breaks and different bits and pieces like that. I know when I was a 20-something-year-old looking at where else in the world I could go and teach, things like that make a huge difference. If you're in that position, I've created different guides to support teachers with the process of getting jobs in the UAE. Thousands of teachers have found this useful in the past. And if you're in a position where you're like, I've already got a job or I'm going to be moving to the UAE soon, this guide is available too, and I've got all sorts of different additional free information about my process and journey of teaching in the UAE, along with things to support you. That's going to be additional things that are free in the blog section, but the guides are available there too. If you haven't yet already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and let me know in the comments what you are looking forward to with these breaks. Are you going to be going traveling, etc.? And look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, I'm out.